Welcome to the Forgotten ECE, the show where before and after school educators, summer camp and PD staff and CYWs have a place where they are seen, heard, and valued. I'm your host, Jamie Wagler, and I am so excited you're here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Forgotten ECE podcast, the podcast where we explore, uplift, and advocate for the incredible work being done in before and after school programs, PD day programming, and school-age care. I'm your host, Jamie Wagler, and today I want to talk about something we don't talk enough about, and that, my friends, is collaboration between programs. Now, I am not just talking about collaboration with one room or team. I'm talking about real, intentional collaboration between centers, between sites, shifts, programs, and even across agencies. Do you understand? Sorry, that was so conceited. I don't clap at people. Anyways, that kind of collaboration that doesn't just help us survive, it actually helps us thrive. The truth is here that we are stronger together and our children deserve that strength. And that's what I want to bring here today. So I am so happy you're here. Let's dive in. Let's dive into the reality that we're living in. So let's name what it is. The reality we're living in, really. Let's start by naming what so many of us are experiencing. Maybe it's your before and after school program is in a school that doesn't see you as part of the learning community. Maybe you're operating alongside another agency or even under the same organization, but you've never meet, never share, and never plan together. Maybe your morning and your afternoon teams have zero overlap and communication. It's not that we don't care. It's that we are all stretched so incredibly thin. But that disconnect, it creates cracks. And those cracks show up in how our children transition, how families communicate with us, and how supported or unsupported our educators feel. And here's the thing. Collaboration is not just a buzzword. It's a lifeline for quality care, for educator wellness, and for consistent, meaningful experiences for kids. You gotta know that, right? You gotta be here with me. Let's imagine for a second what it could look like instead. In a collaborative environment, staff teams across shifts or sites share common philosophies of care. There are regular touch points for communication, even if it's something as simple as a shared notebook or a digital platform. Text each other, have a social media group just for this. If you use Brightwheel or Seesaw or any of those digital platforms for communication with families, make a group for the staff or a 5-minute check-in. Educators co-create shared visual schedules, SEL strategies, and language used with the children. Staff don't just know each other's name. They know each other's strengths and lean on each other. This is the world's perfect thing. This would be amazing if we could do this. Ideas, challenges, celebrations, move between rooms, not just within them. And think about this as outside of your center. What if you're collaborating with another center? What if you have similar views? What if you have similar outlooks? Like here in Ontario, we all go by the how does learning happen with the 4 foundations: belonging, expression, engagement, and well-being. Why can't we talk about this with other centers? Why can't we lean on each other to provide a quality, high-quality program? It is not us against them and them against us. It is being there the best we can for our kids, for the students. And kids feel that continuity. They don't have to reorient themselves every time a new adult is in the room. They feel safe, known, and held by the team, not just a shift. Now, let's be real for a second. If collaboration was easy, we'd all be doing it. Here are some common barriers that I've noticed over my time. Scheduling. Obviously, morning and afternoon shift staff never overlap sometimes. Or the person who starts early in the morning and the person who starts later in the afternoon don't overlap. What if we lived in the perfect world and we had different staff for each of those programs because we didn't do split shifts? They would never see each other. So how did they stay connected? It could be hierarchy as a barrier. One program in your center might look like school and the other might be just care. Thinking of your school, if you're connected to a school, and your before and after school childcare center. Burnout is real. We are tired. And collaboration feels like one more task. I know. People are stretched thin. People are feeling it in all sorts of ways. And I see it as a supervisor. I see it in before and after school programs. I see it in the children. I get it. But we could use collaboration as our superpower, as a strength. Turnover. Turnover is huge in before and after school programs. New staff means starting over again and again and again, and it's exhausting for everyone, I know. And then isolation. Some centers feel like islands even when they're across the hall. I feel this to my core. I know a lot of centers that don't have good communication with their before and after school program. I was recently in BC, which was incredible, for a conference there, and we talked a lot about how sometimes the before and after school programs aren't even in the same building as the school age programs. And I lived that in my first job, and I live it now, I guess, because we have two before and after school programs, one that's in the main site, I'll call it, and the other one that's at a different school. And I know they feel isolated. And I mean, they have me as a boss, and I'm pretty great, okay? I try a lot to make people feel connected, but it's still hard. My favorite part about this summer is that we're all under one roof so we can really work on those connections. But there's got to be more we can do throughout the year. I see you. And I want to say something important. Collaboration doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. It just has to be intentional. So how are we going to do it, you're asking me? I know, you're sitting there, I can see it right now, and you're shaking your head like, oh my gosh, this woman is crazy. She has no idea how we're supposed to do this. Actually, I do. I do know, because I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you some ideas. Hopefully that helps. We're going to take some steps together towards stronger collaboration, even if we're short on time and energy. So first and foremost, we got to look at the shared language. We're going to create common toolkit of phrases and visual cues and behavior support. Whether a child is with the morning staff or the afternoon team or at another site, they hear the same message. You are safe, you are capable, and we believe in you. And we need this across all of our programs. Next, what about a mini meeting, even 10 minutes weekly huddles or voice memos between shifts that can build connection? If you're doing these mini meetings with other centers, maybe it's jumping on a quick Zoom call at the end of the week or the beginning of the week as a quick, we got this. Use sticky notes for the people across your programs, digital logs, or a Google form to pass messages between teams. Think about joint planning days. Let's advocate for a joint PD day or reflective practice time where both teams or centers or multiple sites come together. This could be twice a year, and that would build momentum. It doesn't have to be an every week thing. It doesn't have to be an every month thing. We could do this. What about quarterly? Hey, what did happen in the first 3 months? Hey, what happened in the next 3 months? Let's utilize our strengths and our brains to build this together. Next, the other thought was buddy site systems, like pair up with another program to swap ideas, monthly books, century setups. If you do circle time with your before and after school, circle time prompts, gross motor activities, games outside. This would be an awesome way to reduce planning burnout and get fresh inspiration. And again, this could be done across centers. You could team up with a center and have a rotation of these excellent materials. And my last idea is to celebrate together. Collaboration isn't just linguistics. It's relationships. Celebrate each other. It's time to share a success story. Leave a thank you posted. Build that culture of gratitude and recognition between each other, because no one feels what you're feeling as much as your partner or people in the same program. They get it. They're there with you. They're on the floor running. When you have a bad day, when the kids have a bad day, they're the ones that will be able to pull you out of this funk. They're the ones that are there for you. Let's team up. Let's celebrate each other's wins. Let's stop working against each other and really start pulling on each other's strengths. Once when I had different, it wasn't once, not too long ago, I had a different morning before school educator and a different after school educator. And what we would do is write in a book. So we had like a journal, and each morning or each afternoon, if something happened or something good or a challenge, we would write it in the book and to share it with the other person. So in the morning, they would write something, in the afternoon would read it, and then in the afternoon they'd write something, so the morning would read it. And it really just turned into this beautiful reflection and laughter and shared projects. They ended up planning PDs together, and then one educator came to me after and told me that they really felt like they were part of a team and not just covering a shift. This is what happens when we build bridges instead of silos. This is what happens when we collaborate. It's really finding each other and, like I said before, utilizing those strengths to help each other. I find a lot in before and after school education and in early child education itself. We fight a lot for advocacy, we fight a lot for professionalism, and we fight a lot to be seen as knowledgeable individuals. And we might have to do that. We might have to fight against our community, or we might have to stand up against the government. We might have to advocate online, but with each other, we should be there and get it. We should understand where one another is coming from. So I want to invite you to pause and reflect for a minute. Who is someone from another team or site that you could connect with this week? What's one tool or idea from today that feels doable? And where could you bring a spirit of curiosity and kindness into collaboration? We don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Start small. A conversation, a hi, a wave, a shared tool, a thank you. We're not meant to do this work alone, and it's time we learn we don't have to. When we collaborate, truly collaborate, we create more consistency, more joy, and more possibilities for the children in our care. And we model for them what it means to be a part of a connected, compassionate community. Thank you so much for tuning into the Forgotten ECE. If this episode resonated with you, I would love it. Love, 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 love it. If you shared it with a colleague or left me a review. Want to continue the conversation? Because I love talking and networking, if you hadn't noticed. Find me on my Instagram at MissJamie_RECE or hit up my website, MissJamieConsulting.com. Let's keep doing the big, bold, beautiful work of nurturing children and nurturing each other. Until next time, keep being magical and keep building those bridges. Bye, y'all. Thank you, amazing listeners, for your support. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at MissJamie_RECE. Give a star rating and leave a review. Have something you want to hear about in relation to before and after school programs or full day summer camp? DM me or comment. Again, thank you so much and happy learning.